Okay, here we go. Everyone, welcome back to Breslov Efrat. Baruch Hashem here, Shira David. It's so sunny here, it's beautiful. Baruch Hashem, it's a bright, beautiful morning today. And today we're going to learn the Sefira Sfat al-Machem. Today in the Sefira is Hayom Asara Yomim Shehem Shavua Echad U'Shloisha Yomim Lomer. So today is the 10th day, which is a week and 3 days. All right, now, today's the day is the Midah of Tferes Shebegvura. Right? Tferes Shebegvura, right? So Tferes we know is Yaakov Avinu, right?
Yaakov, right.
He's Tferes. Yitzchak Avinu is Gvura, right? So this is the week of Yitzchak Avinu. And today we have the combination of Yaakov Avinu of Yitzchak. There we go. Yeah. All right, so let's see. So bein adam lamakom. He's bein adam medate b'masav hashleimim shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You have to look at the complete things that Hashem does. B'olam b'chlal v'imay v'amay b'frat v'eich shemehem is gala tifartoi shel habayis baruch. Take a look how the tferes, the splendor of Hashem comes out, shows out in the things that Hashem does in the world. Right? For example, let's look at right now it's Chodesh Aviv, right? We have things are blooming, things are blossoming, right? So if you looked at it a few weeks ago, right? It was all dreary. The trees didn't have any buds on them, right? Now you just see the beauty, the splendor of Hashem, how everything is coming alive. It's unbelievable. It's beautiful.
It's amazing to see. We have in our backyard, we have a plum tree. See the buds. Now you're seeing already the fruit. The fruit.
That's the tferes of Hashem.
Yeah. Yesterday I saw grapes, tiny little bunch of grapes, maybe this
on the tree, on the vine.
Maybe it was this big, but it was a whole bunch.
Wow, they're going to grow out there. Yeah. Yes, that's the beauty. Just see the beauty. How Hashem does things. We don't appreciate these things. You go to the supermarket. And you have the produce department. You walk in, and everything's there.
Just everything, just everything. It's amazing.
No, but I'm amazed. You walk in. Let's say you go to Shukir. You want an apple. Oh, so which one do you want? You want a pink apple? You want a red apple? You want a green apple? You want a yellow apple? It's unbelievable. Really, the variety.
And that there's enough for everyone who wants to.
You go into all the stores, they all have the same apple. Unbelievable.
Here, look at this.
Yeah?
Yes, this is a pomegranate tree
Wow.
next door to us. And look at the flowers start out looking like little pomegranates.
Wow, they're beautiful. That's what it was saying.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's going to be a flower.
Wow.
So
Oh,
it
is it?
becomes a flower. See, it opens up and becomes a flower. And then eventually is the pomegranate.
So now looking at these beautiful things, look what this says here. Yavai li yiras Hashem Yisrael comes to bring you to fear of God. Wow, Hashem, you're awesome.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Each tree remembers what it was supposed to do. Right, that pomegranate tree and Shalom's plum tree, his plum tree is not going to give him pomegranates, and this pomegranate tree is not going to give him plums.
And he saw grapes.
And grapes, I mean, it's amazing.
Well, Hashem wanted to.
No, because when you look at the tree, when it's in the wintertime, it's dormant, you can't really tell. I mean, I guess there are those that could tell, but the average person can't tell you what it is. When it starts to bloom, you could see already. Unbelievable. All right. Kedugmas. Masha bara mayim va'esh shesaydehem menugdim. Right? We know that Hashem makes fire and water, and they're really opposite. Right? Yeah. Fire is put out by water. Right? Now, but v'zugim yachad bara mehem es hashemayim. But Hashem put the two of them together and made heaven. He used water and fire.
What makes heaven?
That's heaven. Water and heaven. He also made the makkah of barad, right? The makkah of barad, right? The hail. The hail had in it fire and water. Right? He took fire and water. Now, but look at this one, he says. Zeh bechlal. Ubefrat, yispain b'ma shemechaber HaKadosh Baruch Hu ben zochar lenekeva. How HaKadosh Baruch Hu takes a young man and a young lady, puts them together. right? The young man and the young lady together. They say they're actually opposites. A man and a lady are opposites. It's fascinating, right? Umashlim lasaisam avaim lohitzi mehem banim. Oh, but then they can get together and they can produce a child. That's Tiferes, right? Chesed, Gevura, Tiferes, right? Chesed, Gevura, Tiferes, right? The father is on the side of Chachma, which is the side of Chesed. The woman is on the side of Bina, which is the Gevura. Put the two of them together and you get the Tiferes, you get the child, right? The Das, which is also the child. Okay. Umashlim la'asayis avim la'asayim abanim. Uvezeh yovei liyiras Hashem yisbarach v'nimsa mashlim masig yesirosai. You can come to fear Hashem by recognizing all these amazing things that He does. We just take things. Sometimes we take things for granted, right? We just, oh, this is my wife. Hey, wait a second. She's totally different than you, but yet you can still get along with her. That's a miracle. Yeah, Baruch Hashem. See that? You can fulfill your Yirah Hashem, your Yiras Hashem. You can fulfill your fear of God through seeing of the beautiful things that Hashem produces in the world and how meticulous everything is. You see the beauty, the glory of everything. You see the glory of Hashem in everything. So that comes to bring you to fearing of Hashem because you realize how awesome Hashem really is. No matter how smart we are, we can never figure out anything like these things, right? Right? Science can't figure out how to make a pomegranate. Right. Well, they'll try to clone it, but they can't take it from nothing and make a pomegranate.
Right.
Right? They need to take some kind of matter. They need to take something. Hashem takes mamish nothing. And He produces a tree that gives you pomegranates, right? And plums and grapes and whatever, apples and whatever have you. Huh?
Babies.
Yeah. All of these things. It's an amazing thing. So you can see the outcome, right? The Tiferes, you see the outcome of what Hashem did, and that brings a person to fear Hashem. Okay. So let's see. Okay, and if you want to do good things today, the time to do it today is in the afternoon, right? Because Tiferes is the time of Yaakov Avinu, right? The time in the afternoon, because Yitzchak, the mid of Gvura is Yitzchak, right? The mid of Yitzchak is Gvura. And Gvura is time of Mincha, right? So Mincha is in the afternoon. So this week in general, if you're going to do good things, so do them in the afternoon. Okay. And then he says today is the Kinyan Torah is B'diktuk Chaverim, right? You want to get your friend. You want to be Kona Torah today. You have to be Diktuk in Chaverim. What does that mean? Choose your friends, right? Choose your friends. Don't pick people that'll drive you away from Hashem. You want to pick people that are that have the similar things as we're doing. And okay, so that's the idea of Usrat Temlechem. Anyone want to say anything about Diktuk Chaver? You have any idea to say about that? I try to choose it like that. Otherwise, other people say Diktuk Chaver. You have to watch and see everything he's doing. They'll be medactic on everything he's doing. No, we don't do that. We don't judge other people. Okay. Now, we're learning now let's go to Likutey Halachos. And again, we always learn for the well-being of our Chayalim and the Chatufim, the captives and the soldiers. And we don't know what will be with them, but Hashem has His plan. And we just hope, like we just learned now, we want to see the outcome will be something amazing. We're just hoping for that, to see that, so that all these soldiers and captives can go home and be reunited to their families. All right, now, we're learning in Hilchos, we're learning Likutey Halachos, Hilchos Kriya Shema. We're in Halacha Beis, all right? And we were learning this idea yesterday, we were learning about Simcha, right? It's very important.
You have it right? I think you're right here.
Yeah, okay, we'll see. We were learning about the importance of simcha, right? How important simcha is, because when you have simcha, you can really have, you can be healthy, and all things in your day can go well. Because again, like we said, when a person's feeling happiness and he's exuberating happiness, people want to be around him. He's more successful. Yaniv told us yesterday when he was when he had to do some cold call sales, right? And he was in a good mood that day. He was more successful because even though he was on the telephone, when people pick up the phone, they could tell the mood the person's in. And then right away, when he's in a good mood, people want to talk to him. If a person's grouchy and grumpy, they hang up on him, right? So you see, it really manifests itself in all aspects of life. It's not just, of course, our health is the most important thing, right? Our health is the most important thing. And if we're happy, we can have our good health, and we can be successful with everything else, okay? And then we were learning yesterday, and we said that when you say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, when you miyached the emes together, right? Together with your emunah, right? You have emunah, the truth, that I have emunah, that I have the truth, that I know the truth, that I'm doing the right thing, brings me happiness. Then I can say the 248 words of the Shema, 248 words. Remember we said that? Shema Yisrael. Then we say V'hafta Hashem Elokeinu, all those words. Right? Remember that? Those are the three parshas of the Kriya Shema. We say Shema V'hafta, V'hoya, and then Vayomer, right? Leman, right? Okay, you have the three. Now when you say all those words together are 248. Right? And then there are 248 positive commandments, 248 limbs. And then again, when you can infuse in your heart, like David HaMelech said, Nasata simcha belibi, right? Hashem placed simcha, placed joy in my heart, then my heart is now pumping out blood to all my organs, and it's pumping out in a way of joy, and therefore it's going out in a good way, and it's healthy, and I will be a Mitzvah Hashem healthy. We'll all be healthy, okay?
Amen.
All right, now. Then we said yesterday we was talking about the idea of ketoris, right? The beautiful thing of ketoris, right? Mm-hmm. Right? So we're saying about 10, so the ketoris has 10 beautiful spices to them, right? 10 good smelling spices. And one, the chelbana, is the one that doesn't smell so good. But when you take the chelbana, right? You take that foul odor smell and you put it together with the other 10, it gives you a beautiful, beautiful aroma. Okay? When you're burning those incense, it gives you a beautiful, beautiful aroma. And that was the idea that we take that we have the 10. We have the 10 when it comes to a minyan, right? And then we said we have to daven with the sinners, right? We have to daven with the sinners because when we take the sinner in, right? We learned it from the Gemara, right? Right? When you have to daven together with the sin, you don't exclude anybody from your tefillah. Adarabah, it should be the other way around. You invite everybody in, no matter what they're involved in. It doesn't matter. Bring them in and make them part of the tefillah, part of the simcha, and then that's how your simcha will get much better. The same way the ketoris, they were all nice spices, but they each smelled nice by their own. But when you put them all together, and then you put the chelban in there, then it had that gorgeous aroma that no one was able ever to believe how beautiful it was. And that's the same idea with people. When we take people that are not seemingly so nice on the outside, right, and they're not so, but they're beautiful all on the inside, bring them in, let them be part of the kehillah, and watch how wonderful they'll be. Okay? All right, so that's the idea. That's the idea of the ketoris. Okay, so now we're up to V'al Kain Seder Atfila Kedei LaOyre LaSakein Simcha B'Chol LaOylam LiOylam. And Hashem made the idea of tefillah, right? That there should be to awaken simcha in each and every world. Now we know every person is also considered a world, right? Right? If you save a Jewish person, it's like you saved the world, right? So everyone, so you want to put the simcha in all the world. Okay. Ki ba'olam ha'asiya oimrim ketoris. In this world, right, we say the ketoris. When do we say the ketoris? In the morning. Right? Well, we say the brachos, and then we can say the ketoris, and then we go into Psukei de Zimmer, right? So we say it, and when we're saying the brachos and the ketoris, we're in this world. right? We're physically in this world, the world of Asiyah. So the idea of the Ketoras, like we just said, is Simcha, right? Right? Because again, why? Because again, I'm taking the 10 and the 1. When I take the 1 and I bring him into the Simcha, I get a great joy, right? And afterwards we say Psuka de Zimra, Asara Halukas. So you have in the Psuka de Zimra the 10 different chapters that start with the Halukas, right? Now those are also all different types of song. Yeah. So now I'm putting song into the world of Yetzirah. We went up, right? V'chinas Asara Mine Negina. V'achakach Kriya Shema. Shehiyah Emuna V'simcha. Kriya Shema is easy. Right, because we say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Right, I said the oneness of Hashem. When I have which is the emes of Hashem. When I have the emes of Hashem, and I have the emunah in Hashem, that brings me the great joy. And then I could say the 248 words of the Kriya Shema, and then I infuse joy into all of my organs. We all do that, and we also are infusing the Simcha into the world of Bria. Because when we say Berachas Kriya Shema, we're in the world of Bria, right? We're in the next world. We go up there are 4 worlds, remember? Mm-hmm. Asiya, Yetzira, Bria, Atzilus, right? It's only 4 worlds. We can get those, right? Okay. V'chein Geula. And then also we said Geula. Yesterday we said that you have to be Soimech Geula L'Tfila, right? You say Goal Yisrael, and you start it right away, Shmon Esrei. Don't stop. If you bring Geula, the Tfila, okay? V'azai kishenis oira simcha oz oimdim lispala. So then I stand up, right? We stand up before when we're saying Birchas Kriya Shema, we're sitting, right? But then we get up because I'm so joyful. I get up, I'm so full of joy. You see that? You feel that? Do you sometimes feel that when you're davening, right? You're so full of joy, and you just jump up. Yeah? Baruch Hashem. Razai, he tachlis ha-simcha, that's the tachlis of simcha. Dahainu, the bekes b'Hashem is baruch, when I'm davening. When I bind myself with Hashem, and I feel that dveikus, and I feel that connection I have with Hashem, brings me great joy, correct? When you feel connected to Hashem, you feel great joy. When you feel disconnected from Hashem, that's when the depression sets in. Yeah. When you feel connected to Hashem, everything is going well, everything is bright, everything is beautiful. The greatest happiness is to be happy with Hashem. That's the greatest happiness, because that's eternal. If we're happy with physical things, take away the physical thing, you're not happy anymore. But if you're happy with Hashem, Hashem is eternal. Right? Hashem is everlasting. So if you're always happy with Hashem, Hashem will always be there. You never have a problem. The simcha can always be there. Like Yossi was thinking, he's afraid to be too happy because the simcha will run out. Simcha will not run out. There's always more simcha, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the more you connect to Hashem, the greater simcha you'll have. Ki atfila hi bechinas dveikus kayadua. The whole point of tefillah, the whole point of davening to Hashem is to be davik to Hashem, right? To be connected to Hashem. If you want to know more about this, you could learn about this in Likutey Moharan, in the 2nd book, in lesson 84. Okay, if you want to see more about the connection to Hashem and where Rav Nosson took this from, he took this from lesson 84 in the 2nd book. Okay, wow, look at this. Ketores, Chazal tell us, right? The Gemara in Erechin says that if a person says the Ketores, if he spoke Lashon Hara, he can get forgiveness. Is that amazing? Mm-hmm. The Gemara says that. This is not Rav Nosson. This is the Gemara saying that. It's by saying the Ketoros, you can get forgiveness for the Lashon Hara. I'll tell you something interesting. Why is Lashon Hara so difficult? Why is it such a strong avera? Why is it so terrible? I'll tell you why. I think you guys will like this. Here we go. You ready? The Yetzer Hara, right? The Malach HaMavis, right? He goes to Hashem, right? The Satan, he goes to Hashem, and he says, this guy did this and this guy did that. So Hashem says to him, you know what? I can't listen to you. You need two witnesses. You need two witnesses. Al pishnei edim yakum davar, right? You need two witnesses. One witness is no good, right? One witness is no good. So now, this guy down here says to his friend, hey, you know, this guy did this and this. So the son says to Hashem, see that? I got a second witness now. He's saying the same thing.
Okay, I never heard that one. Yeah.
It makes sense, right?
So
The Satan is only one witness. He's one witness, one. He needs someone else. He needs two in order to bring the case. He needs two witnesses. So let us not ever be the one that's being the second witness or listening to it, because if you listen to it, you're just as guilty, right?
Right.
All right, but again, if there's a rectification for everything. So if someone was nechshel and he did make a mistake and he did hear lashon hara, he did speak lashon hara, everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So then the person can what do you call it? Say the ketoris, and that can give him a forgiveness. Ki ikar pagam lashon hara shemaitzi mum b'Yisrael u'mekatre gola. What's the main point of lashon hara? Is you're making a mum, you're making a blemish. Good morning, Yossi. Your simcha didn't run out, right?
It's still there.
It's still there. Good. Okay. Very good. We were just saying like this, Yossi. You know, the problem with lashon hara is the Satan says to Hashem, hey, you know, this guy, he did this and this. So Hashem says to him, well, really? But you know, you need two witnesses in order to establish something, right?
Yeah.
Al pishnei edim yakum davar, right? So when there's somebody in the world that says, hey, this guy, you know what he did? He just did this. The Satan says to Hashem, hey, see, I got another witness now.
You're making testimony out of it.
The person's making a statement, right?
Yeah.
So if the person's either talking, saying it, or listening to it, the same thing, and those are the witnesses that he uses to bring the case against the other person, right? So now, ki yikar pagam lashon hara shemaitzi mum b'Yisrael u'mekatre golov. He makes a mum, he makes a blemish, and he brings a case against him. Right? You can take the person away from holiness. This is a terrible, terrible avera. This is something that we should all stay away from. Hashem is barach chafetz chesed. Hashem wants chesed. Olam chesed yibane, right? Hashem made this world with chesed. Hashem wants to do chesed. Hashem loves chesed. Now, if someone's speaking lashon hara, what they're doing is they're bringing testimony against this other person. By doing that, he's bringing a mum, blemish. He's causing a blemish on the other person, taking him away. Hashem doesn't like that. Like we said, the ketoris. There are 10 beautiful smelling spices and one foul odor, right? The chelbano is the foul odor. And the way you get the beautiful aroma from the ketoris is when you put the chelban in there, you have the 11, right? So even though you learn from there that no matter who the person is, no matter what he did, you bring the person into your tefillah. You need that person in there to your tefillah in order for your tefillah to be beautiful, the same way the ketoris needed it. So therefore, the Gemara in Erechim is teaching us that the ketoris can be mechaper on the lashon hara because it's one of the same, right? It's one of the same, right? Because what's forgiveness? Bring forgiveness. I'm sorry, bring forgiveness for the sin of the lashon hara. Speaking. How do you do lashon hara? How do you say that in English? Gossiping on others. Gossiping. Okay.
Slander, gossip, yeah.
Slander. Wow, that's good. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Veroitza lekorev afilu peishei Yisrael v'loy lerachik. Hashem wants to take even those willful sinners, the peishei Yisrael, right? And he wants to bring them closer. He doesn't want us to pull them or push them aside. Ki adarabba anu tzrichen daika lehachnis bechinas ha'atzvus b'soich hasimcha. Like we said, when a person is joyful, right? Something's going on in his life, he's feeling a lot of joy. But he has those problems. He has his problems in life, right? So normally what do we do when a person is joyful? He puts the problems on the sideline, and because he's so happy now. He'll deal with the other problems later, right? But no, we learned different. Take those problems and bring them into the simcha. Take those problems, bring them into the joy, right? Why? Because when a person's full of joy, he's connected to Hashem. He has dveikus by Hashem, right? Hashem is the answer for any problem. So when I'm happy, engage in those problems and realize, oh, Hashem, I'm connected to you. You can fix any of my problems, right? My problems are really no problems for Hashem. Hashem can fix anything, right? You get it? Okay.
Yeah.
I have an example.
Okay.
So my house in Houston, I told you it needed a floor.
Okay.
So I had a few people come in and tell me, oh, I got to replace the whole thing. I had a guy come in yesterday, and so I'm thinking, okay, Hashem, look, you control my money. If this is what I'm supposed to do, it's okay. The house will sell for more, maybe, whatever. And so a guy comes in the next day and says, you don't have to do all that work. All I have to do is this. It's about $3,000. He said, these guys are telling me it's $20,000.
Okay.
And that was only after I gave it up and I said, look, whatever you're doing this for, it's your reasons,
Here we go. Give it over to Hashem. He knows what to do. He'll get it straightened out. Give it over to Hashem. That's the answer. Right?
It was amazing.
Well, so you saved $17,000 because you gave it over to Hashem.
Right.
That's a lot of shekel. That's a lot of shekels, right?
I was like, and it seems like whenever I give something up, it somehow turns out better.
Because when you're in control, we have limited knowledge.
Right.
When you give it over to Hashem, Hashem has unlimited knowledge. Yeah.
And he protects me from bad advice every day when I put in my tzitzi.
Baruch Hashem, see that?
Oh, is that part of it? That you can not to get bad advice when you put on CC?
Yeah.
That's how we learned that.
Yeah, because tzitzis is part of Kriya Shema. Right? We learned that yesterday, yeah.
Thanks from bad advice.
And we say that in the bracha of Hashivenu B'Nusar. We learned it yesterday, yeah. Yeah, okay. Other tzichin daike lechones lahachnes bechinas ha'atzvus b'soich simcha shezeh bechinas lekarev daike peishei Yisrael b'toich ha'kedusha. We have to bring the peishei Yisrael into the kedusha. You bring the peishei Yisrael into. Don't take him away. Don't push him away. We want him inside there, the same way we want the chelbana in the mixture of the spices. Balkain kitoris mechaper ki kitoris im chelbana meramez al tzeiruf ukrevas paishei Yisrael. The whole idea of the kitoris is you have 10 nice guys, 10 good guys that smell good, that are good, right? Because we said that sin is foul odor, right? Sin is really foul odor, spiritually foul odor, right? So 10 guys that are the 10 spices that smell good are the example of 10 Jews that are involved in tshuva, that don't have that foul odor, right? The one guy that does have the foul odor is the chelbana, right? Because he's not involved in tshuva, okay? Paishei Yisrael. Therefore, the Ketoris can be mechaper, can bring forgiveness on the slander, on the gossip. Okay? Baruch Hashem li'olam amen v'amen. And Rav Nasser, we finished now Beis, Hilchos Kriya Shema, Halacha Beis. Any questions on that? This is an amazing lesson. Shall we review it real quickly?
Sure.
Okay, so we learned many different things. The things I think we could take away from this is to realize that everything in our life is dependent on our joy, right? The amount of the level of joy that you find yourself on, and the more joy you can infuse into your heart, right? Is the healthier a person will be, the more successful a person will be, and the person doesn't have to live his life with worry, right? Because the whole thing is about worry. When you understand and you say Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, and you can connect the emes, the truth of Hashem's oneness with your emunah, right? When you know that, when you have that emunah and you know you have the truth, when you know you have the truth, right? So that brings you great joy. Knowing that you have the truth brings you great joy. And then when you say the 248 words of the Shema, right? You say 248 words, right? The 248 words are connected to the 248 limbs of our body, correct? 248, right? 248 positive commandments. Isn't it amazing how all these things are just so perfect? Really? 248 limbs, right? Organs, right? And then, right, all together, right? And then 248 positive commandments. We just say these things, but if you really think about it, it's pretty awesome. Is it not? How all these things work out just so. Just so.
Pretty awesome how he figured it out. That's the
Well, that's no. But that's what we learned today, the day of Tiferes Begvur, right? You see how these outcome. You have a Kriya Shema, and how everything is so meticulous. So you realize, you find that you see the Yiras Hashem. You can develop a Yiras Hashem when you see how everything is so meticulous. Everything is so perfectly designed. Right? Like we were saying before with the trees, right? You saw dormant trees, and the next thing you know, you see a pomegranate tree blooming. He sees grapes blooming, and Shalom has a plum tree that's blooming. That's amazing, right? You see the beauty, you recognize it. Okay. And then we connected it to the Ketoris. The Ketoris is something amazing. It's one of the most amazing things that we have, really. It's one of the most amazing things that we have. It can ward off death. That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good, right? Ketoris. It's a very beautiful thing. The Kaf HaChaim, many great rabbis wrote that because it's such an important thing, you're supposed to have the Ketoris written on a cloth, right, on a piece of parchment, right? You have it written on a piece of parchment and read it, make it something special, and so it is something very, very special. And that's why you'll see sometimes in shuls, right? They don't think they have one here yet. Maybe it's probably in the plans that they may have one day. You have a big ketoris that they printed on a big thing and they put it on a. Do you ever see that in shul?
No, I mean, I haven't noticed it. It was there. I haven't seen that.
No, not here. I didn't see it here.
No, I just haven't seen it anywhere. But
You've never seen
I've
that?
never noticed it.
I don't think
you
I
know,
have either.
it may have been there. I just didn't see it.
Yosef, you've seen that in shuls, right?
The
Ketoris printing like in a picture frame on a wall. You've seen that?
yeah.
I've seen people that have it on a scroll, they're reading it, yeah.
Yeah. No, but they had that sometimes in a
They
shul.
have it on or it looks like a scroll that's even in the frame for a Torah.
Yeah, well,
People seem to be mocking on reading it from a scroll.
Reading it from, it could be written on a
parchment.
parchment.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you mean by a scroll?
That's what I meant, parchment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, parchment, that's right. And because it's something so special to do that, the Kaf HaChaim says amazing things. You'll be successful all day.
Do you say it?
Yeah, I say it every year.
You have a little.
It's in the Siddur.
Do you have
Yeah.
one? You have it on a scroll? Oh, you have
Oh,
it?
look at that.
There you go.
Ta-da!
Oh, yeah,
He says it. Yeah, he sure does.
Yeah, and then in the back they put here Amiras Pita Makataris Mitoich Sava Shuras Tiksiva Sefer Torah School L'Schus L'Oisha V'yu Metzluach B'Chol Asaka. Look at the words here. Look, it's from the Kaf HaChaim. You'll be successful with everything you do.
Can I have that? No, just kidding.
If you want one, I'll get you one.
It's in the Siddur, too. Right? So,
It's in the seat.
And then that you use, like, do you just look at that at the menorah, like the.
I say the Lamed
Kavana?
Seir. Yeah, there's Kavana. Yeah, there's.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, so do you use this for?
I use this. Yeah.
What do you
When I
use that
daven.
for? What do you use?
I leave it in front of me.
Kavana, the menorah kavana.
Yeah. Nothing. We'll talk
Yeah,
about it
okay,
later. Yeah. Okay.
You look at the menorah and it helps your kabbalah.
Yeah. It's yeah.
It's an easier kabbalah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's an important thing. It's an amazing
And it
thing.
also
So
helps against Lashon Hara.
Helps you against lashon hara. It's great. It's really great.
If I would ask a sofer, he'll know what to do.
Oh my goodness! Sure.
Yeah.
I think
Sure.
they have. I don't know if you. I think like you can actually get them in a farm store. They have it like you can buy mezuzah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
can buy that.
Mincer probably has it.
You can buy that. Just exactly like that exact style.
Yeah, but make sure you buy it in a good place, because I heard that someone told me that there's a lot of Arabs that write these things too.
Gosh.
Well, I told you about Chinese.
Oh, Chinese write.
There's a whole factory of Chinese sofrim, perfect humans writing, and it goes through the computer, and it comes out perfect. Yes, they say, listen, let me learn how to do the calligraphy. They learned how to do it. They figure, I don't care, it's money. And there's mamish. I know someone who sells Sefira Torah. Can you believe this?
The Sefer Torah?
You really have to know. You have to know.
Torah that a Chinese-
Yeah.
Sefira Torah.
Sifrei
Sefira
Torah,
Torah. They have
wow.
a whole factory of Chinese writing. Sifrei Torah.
So that's the sitracher working at his best. See
You get a
that?
good price.
That's the sitracher working at his best, right?
So you have to know who you're buying it from.
You have to know.
Yes,
Yeah,
it used to
exactly.
be, you used to look at how they wrote it, and then they have the computer. They used to look for those things. Now you really got to know, where is it coming from? Who's the guy? Is it reliable? How can we tell? There's
It's like I mean, it's more than a diamond, but the same thing with a diamond. I mean, you gotta trust your jewelry.
Now, years ago, there was a question with the Chassam Sofer. I remember seeing this. There was a question with the Chassam Sofer. There was a Sefer Torah, and they didn't know if what the status was. Whatever they came about, they rescued it or something. Whatever it was, I don't remember the parameters of the story. So the Chassam Sofer said, "Okay, bring me the Sefer Torah." He rolls it to the end. And he's looking at it. He says, "This is a good Sefer Torah." How do they know? He says, because a good Sefer Torah is not finished by the sofer. It's usually finished by people that write it. So if it was done that way, we know it was a good Sefer Torah. It was written by a Chinese guy. Every word till the very end will be perfect.
That's funny.
Don't tell the Chinese that.
How did he know?
Simcha, do you ever go when they're finishing a Sefer Torah, and then you could write a letter in?
Right.
You ever do that, right?
Yeah.
So is your letter, when you write the letter, is it as nice as when the sofer does it?
No.
Okay, so those sections of letter, the last two,
that's what he was
the last
looking
2,
for.
3 sentences in the Torah are a little bit, but that's beauty.
okay.
But that's beauty.
Usually I just
No, but-
held the hand of the sofa. He actually.
Okay, you understand.
But it's still,
Yeah.
you can't do it as fine. If you're
fine.
holding
Yeah.
the pen on it.
It's not. The reason why you were holding it was because the soap. If you do that, you're supposed to have gone to the mikveh before you do that, and you have the right kavanah. Okay, so
Yeah.
So the sofa may ask sometimes. Hey, did you go? Were you table in the mikveh today? If you were, he'll give you the pen and you could write it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Chinese don't go to the mikveh.
They don't go to the mikveh, no. Okay, I'm sorry. We got.
And let's not forget, the key part here is that this all starts with tefillah. Tefillah is the key part to be neged against the 10 parts of sadness that are in the world.
The 10 halalukas we said.
Are neged the 10.
No, you came in a little later, so let's go what we said today. Okay, we started off. We say the ketoras in the olam ha'asiyah.
Yeah.
Right, in this world, right, in the Olam Asiyah. Well, we're doing the review, so it's okay. The Olam Asiyah, we're in this world, right? And then when we go to Psukkah Dezim, we go to the next world, go up to one world, up to Yetzirah, right? So in the world of Yetzirah, right, now I want to put Simcha into each world. So in the Olam Asiyah, I do my Ketoris, of course I infuse the Simcha in the Olam Asiyah, right? Then I go to the world of Yetzirah, right, Psukkah Dezimra. I have 10 Halalukas. All different kinds of song, right? This describes the 10 different types of song. So of course I'm infusing simcha into the world of Yetzirah, right? Then we do Birchas Kriya Shema. We go to the world of Bria, right? In the world of Bria, so then I say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. I have the Emunah, right? I have the Emunah in the truth of Hashem's oneness, right? So that gives me joy. Then I say the 248 words of Shema, and that infuses the world of Bria with Simcha. Okay? And then I'm so happy because I was able to do this, and I wind up standing up, right? I wind up standing up to say the tefillah. And then when I'm saying geula l'tefillah, right, we say go al Yisrael, and then we start the Shmon Esrei. Right away, we're not supposed to have any hefsek, right? No break. Don't have any break. When you finish that blessing, you have to right away start the Shmon Esrei. You understand what we're saying? Okay. You start the Shmon Esrei right away. So when you do that, you're going up. When you jump up, when you get it, you're sitting. Berachas Kriya Shema, right? You're sitting. And then you get up because of simcha. You get up because of joy. That's what gets you to the next world, the Olam Atzilut. Okay? And of course, the whole Shmon Esrei is Malei Simcha, because again, when I realized I have the oneness of Hashem, and I got up because I was exuberating Simcha so much that it caused me to get up, to stand up, and then my Shmon Esrei is joyous, and I have Simcha in all four of the worlds. Okay?
Yeah.
Got it? Okay. So now let's go to halacha gimel. Okay. We still have a few. Yeah, we have a little time. Wow, it's amazing. we could learn now. This is great. Okay. Now, okay. So now we're going to learn halacha gimel. Everyone have the place? 3.
Right here.
Okay. Inyan Kriya Shema bepedaika. Okay. Here we go. When you say Kriya Shema, you have to say it and speak the words. Say out the words. Right? We said. Right, in Aleph, we learned the idea that Kriya Shema has 2 aspects. You have to do 2 things. You have to be able to hear what you're saying. It has to be audible, right? And you have to be able to understand what you're saying, right? That was in Aleph, right? Remember we learned that? You need to understand what you're saying, right? And then we asked, how can it be that you understand? How can you speak Kriya Shema? How can you say the words in any language? Because we said there's elikus in every language. And there's godliness in everything in the world. And then when you're saying Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, Hashem is one. Hashem is one. That oneness. So you're taking, you're extracting the goodness out of that language, and that's how you can use it. But basically here, you cannot scan the words. Okay, people, I believe when they daven so fast, they're not saying the words. I truly believe that. When some of these minyanim, they go to the Yadav and Mayu, sometimes I go and I say, I don't know, he's already saying Shema, I'm starting the bracha. You ever happened to you like that?
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, they can't be
They can't possibly
They can't
be saying the word.
I don't know.
Can't possibly.
So when we say one, that's the unity of Yud Hey Vav Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the unity. Yeah.
So basically, if you need to, other stuff maybe you can scan again. Ideally, you should say.
No, don't scan anything. We shouldn't scan anything. But Kriya Shema, listen, Kriya Shema is a daraisa. That's a
You
daraisa.
gotta say those words with your lips.
You have to say the words. You gotta say the words, word by word. And we said, then we learned the idea that when you say the word, wait a second. And we learned the idea when you say the words word by word in the Kriya Shema, you cool down the fires of Gehenna. Pretty good, right? And Simcha said that the Rosh Yeshiva in Cherry Hill said each word by word by word. Remember you said that? You told me that, right?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
See that?
If you daven next to him, you can hear him. He's not loud, but I mean, you can hear him if you daven next to him.
He's saying word by word, nice and slow, easy. Yeah, beautiful. You say it at least twice a day, right? We say it more times than that. You put on Rabbeinu Tam Tefillin, you say it another time, right? And then if you do Kriya Shema Lamiti, you say it another time, so it's at least 4 times, right? But the very minimum is twice. You say it in the morning, right, by Shachris, and you say it again by Arvit, right? By the Tefillah in the evening Tefillah, you have at least 2 times you say Shema.
You say Shema when you put on the Rabbeinu Tam?
Yes.
Really? The whole Shema?
Yeah,
The
there's
whole
there's
248. Yep.
Right.
Yeah. You didn't know that? Okay.
I
well, unless you put it on during Shachri.
Yeah,
Right.
I put it on during Shachrit, yeah.
Well, but you don't really say it. I mean, for example,
When we finish Shachrit, I say Shema while I'm wearing the tefillin.
I didn't really. When you finish Shachri,
Yeah, we do Aleinu, and they say the Tehillim, we do all of
I
that.
thought you said
And we do
that-
the Rikud, and we do all of that nice stuff, right? Okay, right? And then I sit back down, and I say Shema, and I take off my tefillin. What's the problem?
well, you say the Shema and Vidaber back in the beginning as well.
I go back
And
the
then
whole...
also the 6 remembrances.
Yeah, I could do that also, yeah.
No, but do you do that? I'm wondering.
Yeah, I do that, yes.
You know,
Because I thought you told me if you put it on at Shachrit, then you don't have to do it later.
No. Your Rashi tefillin, you should be wearing your Rashi tefillin while you say the first Shema
Right.
in the tefillah, right? And then after you finish saying it with the Rashi, you can take those off, you can put on the Rabbeinu Tam tefillin, but then you should still say the Shema.
Okay, so for some reason, I thought, no, I mean, I go home anyway and I do it in the afternoon.
Well,
So I
then
do the
there's
whole
no
thing,
there's
so it
no
doesn't
problem.
matter.
Well, you want to do it in the morning. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
so
right.
let's say you have a situation where you're doing Shachris and you don't have tefillin, right?
It could happen, yeah.
It could happen. So by Mincha you found tefillin, you put on the tefillin, you say Shema.
Wait, what do we do on Tisha B'Av?
Right, exactly.
Tisha B'Av, no one has tefillin in the morning, right?
Yeah.
But we,
Some guys, like guys like you that have to put on Rabbeinu Tam, they like if there's a chakras, right? Let's say you daven here like 8 o'clock, and then there's Musaf and there's Hallel and Musaf, right? You go right to Musaf, and so it's already past the time for. And then you have to go to work, whatever. So what happens, I've seen like a number of guys will put on their Rabbeinu Tam during Mincha.
yeah, no problem.
Dafka wait till Mincha.
No, it's no problem.
That's what I
You do
do.
that. You do that?
Yeah.
There's
I
no
do,
problem.
but-
There's no problem.
Yeah, you can put it on any time.
Yeah, but
As long as it's
ideally
not
you're
Mincha.
supposed to put it on with the minion.
I used to do that, and then it happened to me one day where I got busy and I forgot. I said, I'm not doing that no more.
Oh, you're saying if you remember, that's it.
Yeah. I really say it was
Yeah.
once the night comes, you can't put on your tefillin. No more. That's
So
it.
you're like, that's it, I'm going to go ahead.
I'm done.
Does it have to be with the minion also?
No. Okay, well,
No, I'm just
yeah. So
thinking,
trichen lohaitzi beped daika pamayim b'chol yoyim emunas hayichud dahainu shema uvarach shem. Right, at least. I know. Listen, we're supposed to say the whole thing, but at least you say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Baruch Shem, because we said the Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad is 25, Baruch Shem is 24. That's your 49 connected to the Sefira, right? Right, we're connected to the Sefira. Now we're in the Sefira, right? We want the 20. We want the 49 because the 25 is the Metzach Ilah, the 24 is the Metzach Tatar, right? Remember, you know what these words are? Remember, you understand, right? The upper one and the lower one, right? Upper one, lower one. The lower one has the 24 judges in it. So we want to go to the 25. We want to go to Hashem, the Metzach HaRotzon, which is Rav the Rav, and all of those things that we learned about, right? So we want to connect this. So those are the very basic things that you could say. Ve'ein dai b'machshava b'leiv levad. You can't just think about it. You can have all the intentions, but if you don't say the words, you didn't accomplish it. You got to say the words. Okay?
You see this, when the Chabadnikim put on tefillin, people on the street, they have these, stands.
Yeah, they say Shema Baruch
So
Shem.
they put on, the person makes the bracha, they help them out. Then they tell them to say Shema Yisrael.
And they say Baruch Shem. They do.
Until 48.
No, they care. Listen, they're happy that the guy put on a pair of tefillin. Baruch Hashem.
Right.
He was like to put on a pair of tefillin. That's great too. Yeah, so many of these guys, you talk. Sometimes they meet these guys on the street, and they ask them, "Are you Jewish? Jewish? Okay, put on tefillin." And many times these people wear their tefillin for one time, and then maybe in another few weeks, in a few months, in a few years, they think about, wow, I wore tefillin one time. Wherever they are, and then they think, wow, let me look into that, right? It's amazing. We don't realize all these things we do. Sometimes they wind up having they can have a short-term effect, they can have a long-term effect. It doesn't, but it's all wonderful, right? Okay. Because we have emunah, right? Emunah is in my heart, in my mind, right? That's emunah, have faith, right? So, because you may think that the whole idea of Shema is to have emunah in the emes of Hashem, so I can just think about it, I can feel it. It's about my feelings. No, you have to say it. You have to say. V'afal pi chen ein yoitzi b'zeh yedei kriya shema klal ad shemoitzi b'sfosav shema u'bar Hashem. If you want to merit to fulfill the mitzvah, you have to say Shema Yisrael u'bar Hashem. Okmei shamra b'seinu zal. Hashemeya lo'oznecha ma shate moitzi mipicha. Right? Listen to yourself. Listen to your ears have to hear what you're uttering. Right? We learned that. Right? But those are the two parameters of Kriya Shema.
So if you say the Shema later, because you
Yeah.
want to, and you're not in a meeting, do you say the Kel Melech Ne'eman?
You don't have to say the Kel Melech Ne'eman.
It's so detailed, you know?
What?
It's so detailed. It's like I have to ask a question like that. It's like how do I know when I know and when I don't know? It's like so.
Ask.
Every day.
Ask. No problem. There's no problem. A lot of religions, they don't tell you to ask. In Judaism, you ask, and ask. Right? You're supposed to ask. Yeah. Okay, so let's see now. Tom says, okay, here we go. Aleph. Al pi ma shamar shekosav Rabbeinu Zal b'mayim vehi miketz kimrachim yan nahagim. Okay, it's in Likutey Moharan, lesson Zion, lesson 7 in the second book. V'hu v'kfar kama pa'amim she'ikar harachmanis hu lo haitzi liyisrael am kodesh me'avoynes ki zeh ikar harachmanis. The main thing is to help a person out to get them away from their sin. That's the real rachmanis. Right? We think it's rachmanis. We have people that they don't have food, or people don't have shoes, right? And it's the winter time, they don't have coat, right? Rabbi Nachman writes in Sichas Aran, I think it's in Chav Gimel. Rabbi Nachman writes an amazing thing. We come to the next world, and there's a neshama there, and the neshama is banging and it's crying on the gate. Hey, I need food. I'm cold. So the Malach tells him, well, you left in your cupboard downstairs. The guy just died, right? You have in your refrigerator, you have all your steaks and you have all your stuff over there. You get it, and you have a whole wardrobe, right? You had all custom made things, right? It's all there. I don't want that. He needs his mitzvahs. He needs his Torah. He needs his tefillah. That's what he needs, right? So, but Rabbi Nachman writes over there that we can't have rachmanas on those people there, right? So let's say another neshama is up there, and he sees this poor neshama that's left out. So you want to help him. You can't do kind acts in the next world. It's only down here. So really, the main rachmanis is to try to help somebody to make tshuva, right? To get closer to Hashem, so he could be self-sufficient, right? Right? They say that the tzedakah is to teach a person a trade, right? Because then he can be self-sufficient, right? Right? If you teach someone a trade, rather than giving him money, spend the time with the person, teach the person a trade, something, so that way they can earn money on their own, right? So the main thing here is, if you want to help a person out from sin, okay? Dahainu lo'or bohem adas, ladas ki Hashem hu Elokim. Right? You see a person, right? You meet a person on the bus, you meet a person on the plane, wherever it is. You ever see, you meet all kind of people, right? All over. We're meeting people, right? And the person is going through this, that, and the other thing, right? And he's thinking, oh, God is so cruel to me, right? People say that. Wow, God is so cruel. He's so cruel. So you have to explain to what we're learning. Hashem Elokeinu. Wow, the Hashem of mercy, compassion is Elokeinu. He's one. It's not like there's a God that does judgment, and there's another God that's compassionate. It's one God. He's one. So yes, you may be perceiving something in your life that's difficult, but really, what's Hashem trying to tell you? Right? You talk to the person. And then if you talk to the person, explain to the person about simcha. Right? If you're full of joy, watch how the problems can get. How can you be full of joy? Have faith. Right?
So I have a question.
Okay.
This guy you said that goes up and he says, I need a coat and food and whatever. he doesn't need it from down there. He needs the spiritual side of it. Mm-hmm. And you said,
But the Malach is mocking him, yeah.
right. So, what if he didn't even know that he needs to try? You know, we say we don't get punished for something if we don't know.
Right, right.
So, but if I know, and then I go and ask for it, and I don't do it, that's a different thing.
That's a
But-
different story, right? So again, we don't know how Hashem's cheshbonos are, and he has his own calculations, right? Why are some people born in this situation and that? Why are these my parents? Why were those? Why was I born in this neighborhood and not that neighborhood? Right? All these things. Hashem figured all these things out, right? He figured all these things out, and he made all of those schools that the people went to. Right, and all the teachers, he was controlling it, right, and all of those things, right, right. And Hashem figured it out exactly what that neshama needs. So let's not worry about it.
No, I
We
understand.
can't worry. We don't need
I'm only
to.
talking about your example. And,
Yeah.
you know, like why someone would feel that way.
Right, so
It
the
means
guy-
they
so
weren't
the-
trying, or they did, or they
Right,
didn't
right.
know.
Listen,
or both.
the guy may have known.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in the case the guy knew and he chose not to. He
Not to.
chose to
Didn't
go
try,
to the
yeah.
theater. He chose to watch some more movies, and he thought to do all of that, right? So that neshama, then his neshama is being told, given that message.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's the case.
I understand.
Okay.
We don't- yeah. I also find it funny, you know, I remember even my family said the Haredim, they don't have a TV, they have kosher phones. It's like, they know.
Yeah, they know. Yeah.
They know.
Yeah. It's amazing, right? Yeah. Ladas ki Hashem Elokim, kal yedei hadas ze nitzolim me'avonos. That's how a person can be saved from all kind of sin. When you know this, when you understand that Hashem is Elokim, right? When you realize that, like today we're learning about, today is the Midah, today in Sefira is Tiferet Shebigvur, right? When you see the beauty in the world and everything, you recognize that it's all the greatness of Hashem, right? The Yiras Hashem, right? It's all connected to the lesson. See that? It's unbelievable, right? It's fascinating.
I used to
Hashem.
like it better than when I could blame it on him.
Mm-hmm.
If I could blame it on Hashem, he's being mean. I can't. Then I don't have to look at myself. But now, I can't say
But
it's like you're doing this because I need to be guided some way. So it's like
No, but it's what we do. That's what we're saying. When you say the Shema, you have to say the words.
no. I'm
This
saying,
is something we have to do. We have to do
I
this.
have to control my mind to do something different if it's caught in a.
It's right.
situation.
Ki ein adam oiver aveira ella im kein nichnas by ruach shtus. Right? The Gemara says that in Sota, right? It's a famous thing. A person doesn't do anything wrong unless he gets this folly thought in his mind, right? He gets some kind of crazy thing, right? He forgets what's important. He forgets Hashem. What is a ruach shtus? He forgets his Hashem. Right? And he thinks he's just involved in I need to do this thing because this thing's going to bring me great joy. Right? Then
Most of us, most of the time, one's involved in ruach shtus. It would seem, meaning the idea is if you're doing any sort of sin, if you're ever behaving in a way where Hashem is not before you all the time, that's a ruach shtus.
yeah.
What is that? Rush.
That's a foolish
Some sort of foolish,
folly
thoughts
thought, yeah.
come into you and
Yeah.
take and seemingly over. This is a good line because it helps. Doesn't get us off the hook, but it gives some flexibility. If I was a lawyer, for you it helps.
How about you be a lawyer? You have to be a lawyer for yourself too, right?
Yeah, right. That's right. So a lawyer for myself, it helps give me some ammo
Yeah.
for the defense of
Right, but so again, so Chazal tell us that you're supposed to say Shema. Right? You feel that way, say Shema. Right?
oh, even if it's a third time.
Right. And there's another one that says ve'eshem esbeich tuchad, right? Ve'eshem esbeich loy sichba, right? Eshem esbeich tuchad v'loy sichba, right? Chazal, right? Torah tells us that on the fire, on the mizbeach has to always be lit, and it can't be extinguished.
Yeah, right.
Right, it can't be extinguished, right? But don't extinguish the fire, right? So that's the fire of Hashem. It has to always be going. Don't let it out.
So really,
Don't extinguish it.
The Shema is the ultimate segula.
Yeah, Shema is up there. Yep.
I mean, really for
That and the Ketores.
the Keturas.
Yeah, you take those two, and boy, you got a you got big power, nuclear power. Yeah. Okay. We got this so far. Okay. All right. Okay. Ella imke nichle. Okay. And then that's how the main rachmanis is to take a person away from that shtus, right? Take a person away from the shtus, right? From being, he has to go to the movie, he has to go here, he has to go there. Take him away, let him do something, teach the person what's important, how the person can really be happy. Convince the person, spend an hour. Let's try this.
Why what's happening today is almost the Yetzer Hara, the Sitra Achra is all about, let me put a Ruach Shtus in you.
Yeah.
It's all about the Ruach Shtus. Like,
That's it.
It doesn't have to be so overt.
Yeah.
It could just be
A little
sit
bit.
back and relax, watch this, sit, think about this, put your efforts here, go shopping. This will make your life better. It's movies. It's anything.
Anything but doing what you're supposed to do. Anything.
What it's saying is something.
Anything's interesting except for what I'm supposed to do.
What it made me aware of, because I think I have to be aware of it, is what it's saying is, I don't want to be responsible for me. I want you to take care of me. Hashem, take care of me. I don't want to be responsible for me. So if I'm going to a movie or doing something like that, you take care of me. You tell me what I should be doing and make it more revealed.
Well, there is a
Make it
thing
more
that you're
revealed.
supposed to give over your actions to Hashem every day. Give over your actions and the actions of your family to Hashem. Let Hashem, you control it.
Yeah, but there
Hashem,
is-
you control it. Right?
So-
Rabbi Nachman says do that before Shabbos, right? Right, before Shabbos. You can do really every day, but before Shabbos, say, Hashem, you know what, Hashem? I don't know what's going to be. I have no idea. Listen, Hashem, I'm giving you over the control. You take care of me, whatever I'm going to, and my family, and I just want to be happy. That's it. I don't want to worry about anything, Hashem. You take care of everything. Take care of everything. Right? Because otherwise we're always worried, right? Oh, what's my kid going to do? And what's my wife going to say? What am I going to do? Right? We're always worried. But if you give over the control, like when you get on the airplane, right? You get on the airplane, you give over the control of the pilot, your whole life, nothing, right?
You don't even know who he is.
You have no idea who he is, exactly. You have no idea who the pilot is, right? But you give over, so why can't we give over control to Hashem, right? And if you do that, you can be happy, right? And if you're happy, then things will go well anyway.
But I still have to do what I'm supposed to
It's
do.
the greatest psychology, I'm telling you.
Well,
This is the greatest
when it
psychology.
works, when it works, it's great. I'll tell you.
No, it worked. I'm telling you, it worked.
Yeah.
Try it.
When we work.
It works.
We work.
It works.
When we work, it works.
You have to go to the we work place, right? We work.
Yeah.
When we work, it'll work.
I had my high-end clients last week, and they wanted to do a hike, and it had to be close, and all these things, and I'm always so worried, how's it going to go? And it's called my Pesach, and like it can't be, but it's 100 degrees outside, and it's like everything's got to be just right. And it had a hike where they would start here, but they were driving me to there's a lot of logistics, and the Lamaisa, I had never fully done this hike. Studied it, I looked at it, I researched it, but I and so you're on the trail and you're like, I don't know, seemingly it's it's starting to get a little bit hot, and they're starting to get a little bit
Antsy.
buzzing,
Yeah.
okay, and they ran out of water, okay, which is and then, okay, so I was able to run to another family and say, please, can you give me some water? No problem, of course, there's other people, no problem, but I was like, oh, look, Hashem. I'm like, look, this is just really, this is crazy. I think when I'm in these situations, it's 100-some degrees. I got this family's out right here. I'm worried if it's just the pressure, so to speak, enormous, and I'm really like inside of it.
Yeah.
I stop. I say, look, Hashem, look, I'm doing this, so to speak, like for you. You're right. I'm out. I can pay money, but I'm doing this for you. I'm in your land. These are the people that are visiting they're here to be able to see. They're with their family. This could be an opportunity for them. I'm just a shaliach. Let this work.
Yeah, and then what happened? And what happened? And what happened?
While we're walking in the middle of this forest, all right, some guy,
It's a fountain.
Israeli guy is walking. He says, Jacob? He says to one of the oldest kid. I goes, yeah. He goes, oh, I was your tutor on Zoom during COVID.
Well,
Your parents hired me,
Well,
and I was doing it. And he recognized him, and he's there with his family. this nice Israeli guy, and he's with his wife and kids. All right, who are half the age of my family, and they're doing it. Okay, so nobody can have a taina because these kids are doing it. These tough Israelis, and they start talking. And I said, wow. I said, when that happened, and I saw brought simcha to them. It didn't matter. Nothing I could have shown them on the trail would have matched this coincidence.
No coincidence.
And I
That's
said,
Hashem is being mezaveg zivugim.
Right.
That's what he does.
Right.
He worked out that Yossi is going to have this idea to be on this trail, and that guy is going to be on that trail. They're going to meet at that moment.
It didn't matter when the trail ended.
Yossi, it was impossible that would have ever happened. Think about it.
You couldn't plan
That this guy with the COVID and this and now and then just now you're going this time and he's in here.
From that, and they said, "Oh my gosh, the parents are such a You're a teacher because we hired you because the schools were closed. And I didn't know who you were, but it turns out you like going to you, and it's the only time I ever learned anything, and they remember. And what are you up to?" And
Jacob, he knew Jacob.
he recognized the kid.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Tveres Shebeguvura today, right? Tveres, Jacob.
He goes, "Oh yeah."
Jacob, stay and see that.
"Oh, you're from Efrat." He goes, "My parents are from Efrat."
My parents.
Ash is the last name. And I said, "Oh, your parents are famous psychologists." Anyway, it was really Baruch Hashem.
So here you have the example, like he just said, right? You give it over to Hashem, watch everything, it goes great.
And I was happy.
So long as you were running it, you would never have met Jacob.
Yeah.
Did you save
Five
some?
No, Jacob would have gone the other way.
Yeah.
But you made that connection. You made that when you gave it over to Hashem.
And within a few minutes, I went from total despair of this is a disaster, and I just wanted
Give
to-
over control to Hashem and watch. You make the greatest connection. The greatest connection.
So did you get an extra $17,000?
Okay, so you're right. It wasn't. I got something. You're right.
No,
right.
but you had the same.
But he got a big smile.
Yeah, they had the same.
You got a big
Whenever-
smile. Did you get a big
whenever you
smile?
see that, I got a
Did
big
you get a
smile.
big?
I got a big smile. Everything. I got a smile. They were happy. And again, the point for me was that I was able to raise literally 2 minutes before.
It was
saying
doomed.
Shema. So that's
Yeah.
and I do this.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work, but I'll say it's forget it. I'll just under my breath, and I'm leading the group, and they're behind me. I'm saying Shema. I'll say, "Well, I can't go 6."
That's the greatest thing. You're remembering Hashem. No, but Yossi, when you say Shema, what are you doing? You're remembering Hashem, right? That's what it's all about. You said the words. See that? You said the words, right?
It took one slight from someone, and I came home, and someone didn't look at me the right way. I was back to my old self.
No, but again, but Yossi, give it over to Hashem. So it doesn't matter what the way the person looks at you. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, right?
I'm b'simcha. I don't care. Who cares how he looked at me?
Yeah.
What's the difference? What someone looked at me and didn't look at me? Who cares?
Well, because if he looks at it in a bad way, he doesn't have a good time, then no one will call him back again, and then.
No, but that's when he came home. He said, "Okay, whatever."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here, can we do another chapter, another paragraph?
Yes.
Okay. V'chol adam tzarich la'asik b'zeh l'hoyer zeh adas ba'olam. Everyone has to put this das into the world, right? We all have to do what we're all ambassadors for Hashem, right? We're all ambassadors. We're out there. We have to teach the world. We have to teach our friends, all the people that we meet, this idea. V'afilu kishtemistalik lemala lemala. Ein zeh shleimus sheyeh lemala levad. V'hakika shleimus hu kishiyeh lemala lemala sheyuchel lahar gam lemata ba'olam hagashmi hashofel.
Hold on. So you're telling me my work's not done?
No, not at all.
You're telling me that once I'm up there,
You're up there, but you have to come back down.
well, you have to.
You have to affect things down here. Yeah. The greater the tzaddik is, the lower he can go. Right? The greater the tzaddik is, the lower he can go.
That's why you say the tzaddik can do more after he's lifter than
Yeah.
These guys are like.
It doesn't
Not
say
getting anywhere.
directly, but you leave behind a son.
That's you too, Yossi. You're learning all of these nice things here, and now you're meeting these people. You have to take this information and give it to them. Yeah. That's the great joy that Hashem has. Shashuv, that's a nice word, right? Like cheering, right? Hashem is like He loves that. He loves when we can affect other people, when we can be the ambassador, when we can be His messenger to help somebody else out, to take them away from sin. That is the greatest thing. And mamish, you win, you get all the bells and whistles. It's unbelievable, right? It's really amazing. Wow. Wow.
So, I mean,
Lamar-
here it's saying, even after one departs from this world, one must see that one is able to shine even into this lowly world.
Yes, well, here we go. Wait a second. That when you go to the higher level of avodas Hashem, in this world, right? You go to the higher level of serving Hashem in this world. What's the higher level of serving Hashem in this world? Joy. Right? When you can take this world, this miserable world, and you can be happy in this miserable world, that's the higher level of serving Hashem. Right? Right from the physical matter of the earth, right? So in other words, Rabbi Nachman teaches an amazing thing. That you're supposed to always be in this world, and you're always supposed to be in the next world at the same time. Right? You be in both worlds. You can be in both worlds at the same time. You can be up there and down here the same way. How does that work? Right? So we have two, right? So we have that because you have a ben and you have a father and a child, right? So after 120, the father leaves the world. He goes to the next world. Now he's up there, the neshama is up there, but his child that's down here is still doing the things that the father did.
So it doesn't mean that you yourself are in both worlds, but that because you leave a son.
But it's like you're in both worlds. That's like you're in both worlds.
That's a part of you and your son. Your child.
That's right. Or, no, wait a second. Now, if you can affect somebody else, right? If you could teach somebody else, you have a friend, right? You have a friend, a family member, you could teach them.
Yeah, but
and then
we're in another world, we die and wherever we're at, we can't affect people here anymore. You said you can't.
You
do anything.
can't, but you can
before you
do
leave.
now.
You have to do it
But you
before
can do
you
it
leave.
right now.
Yeah,
Right now you can.
Yeah.
And then if you teach people, and then you can teach someone to be happy. And then that person is happy, and he teaches someone else to be happy.
Okay.
So those people, when they leave the world and they go to the next world, okay, then his people are following Hashem's way because of that person. He's benefiting that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There were great people, like you had the Lubavitcher Rebbe. He had no children, right? But he had a lot of students. Right, so it says that if someone teaches Hamlavet ben Chaver Torah, it's as if you were the father, right? If you teach your someone else Torah, it's like you're the father,
And
right?
he's taught thousands and thousands of people too.
The Lubavitcher Rebbe, oh my gosh, he's still doing it.
Still doing it. All of his
Right, he has all his guys around there putting on tefillin and all of these things, right? He told them to do that. It was his idea, right? So every time someone puts on he has one of these shluchim going around putting on the tefillin on people, he's benefiting.
And they never met him.
Huh?
They never met him in person.
They never, a lot of them, no, the young ones didn't meet him, no, the other ones
So
didn't.
if I run into one of these shluchim and they ask me to put on tefillin, out of kindness, should I put it on even though I put it on in the morning?
No, because no, that's not kindness.
Well, that's why I'm asking.
No, you shouldn't make the blessing on it because you already made the blessing today. You can't do that.
I heard one time Shulchan was sitting there, some guy came, somebody who, put on tefillin in the morning, and they said, "Are you Jewish?" He says, "Yes." He says, "Do you want to put on tefillin?" And then at that point, the shluch, he realized that he was talking to a religious Jew that already put on tefillin. So he said, "Shall Rabbeinu Tam?"
Oh,
Oh, if he had the shliach had a Rabbeinu Tam, so he put on Rabbeinu Tam. Cute.
but you
Very
can't put
cute.
on Rabbeinu Tam twice in one day, or can you?
You can put on your tefillin as many times as you want. You just can't make a blessing on
You don't
it.
make a blessing on Rabbeinu Tam anyway.
No, you don't make a blessing on Rabbeinu Tam. No. Okay, so I think we got a lot of stuff over here, right? We understand it. Yeah. So the main thing is be besimcha. If you're besimcha, and then make sure you say the words of Kriya Shema. You actually have to say the words, and we'll continue this in Mitzvah Hashem on Sunday. Everyone have a wonderful Shabbos. Shabbos Mevorach and Baruch Hashem. Everyone be well.